Good morning. It's Tuesday, January the 20th. I'm Will Puckett. Thanks for joining us for Catch Up Quick right here on WVLT Plus. Our first alert meteorologist, Belle Oliver, will have the latest information on winter weather that'll move into East Tennessee this weekend. But we want to begin with this first. Loudoun County School had to evacuate this morning following an HVAC issue. North Middle School in Loudoun County was forced to evacuate just after 9:30 this morning. According to the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, a spokesperson says that the evacuation was prompted by an HVAC issue and later said that students have returned to the classroom. That happened just about 30 minutes ago. Meanwhile, new this morning, police were called to a crash involving a cat bus and a Knox County Schools shuttle van. Knoxville police saying it happened at the intersection of Magnolia and Cherry Street in East Knoxville. They say multiple kids were in the shuttle van at the time. Thankfully, no serious injuries were reported. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn and ask for more details on what exactly happened. Well, the Knoxville City Council meeting is planned for tonight. They're set to talk about a proposal from the Knoxville Police Department. That police department proposal is asking for funding for 12 new drones. It's part of the Drone as a First Responder program. Those drones would be placed around the city and respond to emergencies before police do, allowing them to get an idea of just what's going on. With this new program, one officer can fly multiple drones at once. The proposal also includes money for gear like body cams and dash cameras. Well, a Knoxville woman and her daughter who were traveling out of state say that their hotel room came with something she didn't count on, a hidden camera. Shaylee Smith, who lives in Knoxville, was staying at a Days Inn hotel for her sister's volleyball game in Coleman, Alabama. That's just about an hour south of Huntsville. That's when she says she found a hidden camera tucked in a bathroom vent in her hotel room. Police say they don't believe the camera was active at the time because they don't think an SD card was in it at the time. Shaylee and her sister ended up checking into another hotel, but she says that experience will stick with her.
Even staying there, it was very, very scary. Like, I double and triple checked the room, but I still felt like there was something I was missing. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have a very hard time staying at hotels from now on.
Police have not yet determined how long the camera was in the vent in that room. Well, the Knoxville woman is accused of neglecting to take care of her bedridden father. Court documents we obtained say police responded to Blount Memorial Hospital. They say a man had been admitted there with wounds exposing muscle and bone. His blood sugar levels were also very high. Police say Misty McDaniel, the victim's daughter, was his primary caretaker. Officers arrested her at a home on Mount Olive Road in South Knoxville, where they found a month's worth of medication not given to the victim. Well, as winter weather and bitter cold temperatures roll into East Tennessee, you can always find a full list of delays and closings inside your WVLT News app. A reminder note for you, programming note, First Alert meteorologist Belle Oliver and our Harry Sullivan will join you live right here on WVLT Plus at about 2 o'clock this afternoon after the latest information from weather models rolls in. Our First Alert weather team keeping a close eye on those, trying to map out what this winter weather this weekend will look like. Speaking of Belle, let's go ahead and get right to her.
And now, your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Belle Oliver.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about with the forecast coming into this weekend, and that's what I'm first going to start out talking about Saturday and Sunday. We are still tracking the potential for all hazards of winter weather on the table here with this setup. Now, there are a few things that we are still watching, mostly looking at the timing, which we've got a pretty good handle on, but also really looking at placement, where we expect the rain snow line to be will have a bigger impact on what type of winter weather we are expecting. Here's what we have confidence in right now. We're still looking for that cold air to be in place, which is going to be a key to any type of winter weather that we could see. We have that medium confidence that there will be at least some kind of winter weather, whether that be snow, ice, freezing rain coming into Saturday and Sunday. Still that low confidence now for the location and also amounts. We're not totally for sure on that. It's still a few days away from having exact totals and what we can expect. So it's something that is going to be ever changing as we get closer and closer to this weekend. Stepping outside right now, though, we're looking at 20s and teens. It's a very cold, frosty morning here in East Tennessee. Got a lot of sunshine out there today, and we expect more of that sunshine continuing to this afternoon, but it's still going to be a pretty bitter cold day. High temperatures only reaching the mid and upper 30s by this afternoon. Stay nice and clear for the rest of today, and then heading into the overnight hours, watch some more clouds build in going into tomorrow morning. This is our second system, really the pre-system before the weekend gets here for another rain event coming in. So clouds Wednesday morning. Notice temperatures getting into the upper 40s, so well above freezing, and that'll make for just a cold rain Wednesday afternoon, especially after lunchtime, and then heading into the evening. Could see a few high elevation snowflakes, especially into the Smokies and into the higher parts of the Cumberland Plateau, but not expecting any major impacts from this system by any means. And we're left with cloud cover Wednesday night and going into Thursday as well. And now as we turn towards our first alert weather day, this is for Saturday, tracking again this winter weather. This is using the European model, showing more of that southern snow, but also look at the pink here. That's going to be that freezing rain or ice. That looks to be moving in either very late Friday night or early in the day on Saturday, and then continuing for the weekend. Now, part of the challenge here forecasting the snow is this line where we have, it's called the rain snow line, the 540 line, where we could see the rain, cold rain, ice, or that snow mix. So determining where this line shifts, either if it goes more to the north or more to the south, is really going to have a big factor into what type of weather we experience here in East Tennessee. As of right now, I think we're looking more at a snow threat, possibly a little bit of an ice threat. Again, that is subject to change over the next few days. By any means, travel not looking too good for this weekend, not only here, but pretty much all across the southeast. For now, though, we've got sunshine for Tuesday. Cold day, high temperatures in the 30s. We eventually warm to the upper 40s for tomorrow. Still looking at that rain Wednesday night into Thursday, and then still tracking that first alert weather day. Make sure to keep updated with us, and then also for that 2 o'clock thing with me and Harry.
All righty, Belle. Thank you. Now, as we get closer to the possible snow and ice this weekend, you can stay up to date on all school closing delays, what local warming shelters are open, and any other details you might need or we need to let you know. You can get this inside your WVLT News app. Scan that QR code. Also, you can get it anytime inside the Apple and Google Play stores. Well, while those bitterly cold temperatures, warming centers across East Tennessee are opening their doors. If you need a warm place to sleep at night, there are some options for you in Knoxville. Church Street United Methodist Church on Henley, Cokesbury Church on Kingston Pike, Eternal Life Harvest on MLK, and then in Blount County, First Baptist Church of Maryville on Lamar Alexander, and then Oak Ridge Unitarian Universalist Church on Oak Ridge Turnpike in Anderson County all have you covered overnight. Well, as temperatures stay cold and we look to possible colder temps this weekend, you might be turning on your space heater. But fire crews say you need to be careful when finding ways to stay warm. According to the U.S. Fire Administration, more than 32,000 fires in the U.S. started by people trying to heat their homes in 2021. Firefighter Isaiah Collins says it's important to never leave a space heater unattended, especially around pets or kids.
Always be in the room with that space heaters. Make sure that no animals, no children are around those space heaters because they'll play, they'll knock it over. Sometimes space heaters will shut off when they're knocked over. Other times they're an older model and they can catch something on fire very quickly when they're knocked over.
Now, you should also make sure that your heater is at least 3 feet from anything flammable and avoid using extension cords or power strips. Well, some good news about the flu as cases have started to go down across our country. This is the latest flu map from the CDC. They release them weekly. When we last showed you the map, Tennessee was in the purple, which is the highest level of flu activity. This week, Tennessee is still in the red for high flu activity, but cases have started to go down just a little bit. And then a warning from the Lenore City Police Department this afternoon. More scams are popping up involving criminals trying to steal from your bank account. Police say the scammers will reach out and ask you to send money. They may claim that it's a job or a favor. However, once that money is sent, there's a good chance you'll never get it back. Officers now reminding you to never send money to strangers. If you see any suspicious activity, report it to police. If you did give money to scammers, you can reach out to your bank and report the fraudulent transaction. Well, right now, childcare costs 32% more than rent for families across the country. That's according to a new LendingTree study. Here in Tennessee, a study from Tennessee's Boyd Economic Center found it costs between $200 and $250 a month for one child under 2 to be in childcare. Matt Schultz with LendingTree says it's a major challenge for families that are already stretched thin, making ends meet and putting food on the table.
It's causing people to make sacrifices, because in a lot of cases you may have one parent who wants to go back to work and build their career and have that sort of outlet. But a lot of times when you go back to that job, all you're essentially doing in that job is putting all that money towards childcare.
Now, he says while it's easier said than done, start saving as soon as possible, also suggesting looking around to find the best option for you at the right price.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
On January 20th, 1981, the last 52 U.S. citizens held hostage during the Iranian hostage crisis were set free. As resentment increased in Iran during the 1979 Iranian Revolution, a group of students stormed the American embassy and took 52 diplomats and citizens hostage. The standoff lasted 444 days after tense negotiations between the Carter administration and the students. Minutes after Ronald Reagan was sworn into office, the hostages were set free. Well, that's going to do it for today on Catch Up Quick. We appreciate you joining us. Remember, you can stay up to date inside WVLT's News App, on WVLT.tv, on our social media pages, and streaming on WVLT+. A program reminder, First Alert meteorologist Belle Oliver and our Harry Sullivan will join you live right here on WVLT+ at 2 o'clock this afternoon with the latest information as those latest weather models roll in on the winter weather that we could see in East Tennessee this weekend. Thanks for joining us.